Hello, everybody, welcome. That was a psychic investigator. Hell, everybody, welcome. That was a psychic investigator. Wait, I have to put on that little lights, guys. I know I have not been on for like really so long. And I know so many of you have written. I haven't written back. It's I'm okay. It's just that I'm okay. I just honestly I it's not that I needed a break. It's just yes, I'm working. Okay, there's the issue with my parents. It is makes it's almost like it's an extenuating thing. But I'm also working on something else that is very exhausting. And it's just so exhausting that I don't have energy. Like it takes up a lot of my energy in the last few weeks. So I just don't have. Honestly, it's just like it have been exhausting, and so I just it's like, sometimes I haven't slept because of it. I think also the energy. So, guys, the energy is going out there in the world. There's so much change. Some of us are helping create this change in a way or another. So that takes energy. Okay. So, the whole thing with the astrology of like how things are wrapping up and there's a new era. I feel it. And I can't tell you, I can share details, but it's that, this energy of like, this shift, but I'm doing things, it's very, action. It's complicated to explain, but anyway, so that's the story, okay? Why I haven't been on because I don't have, it's like somehow it's just my energy is just low for that reason. And I don't have as much energy to do the videos and to like, discuss trash and his machinations. But it's good to be back. And it's like, it's weird because once I used to just have, like, a couple days that I wouldn't do videos. By the way, I plan to come back and make more videos. The setup is decent at home. It's just like I said, I'm a little bit depleted, right, energy wise, and then my parents like interrupting me constantly and all that. So then it's just hard to sometimes to keep, to do it. So I haven't done videos for 2 weeks almost. So that's the story. But there, guys, there's always so much going on, and as you know, all of it is the large majority is a trash, like so truthful, very truth. The shooting was real. It was very real. It was very believable. It really was. But it's nice to be back, to do videos and just like you see, it's so interesting. It's fun and natural to me, but like I said, it was just that I needed this time to like hammer in things, that I'm doing. So that's the start. That's the introduction. Okay. So let's do the protection. Okay. I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of lights coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask good information come only from the highest sources. That I create the good and all the good, and so it is. All right. And so, as I was saying, not very oh, okay. This. So anyway, as I was saying, like it's interesting, it wasn't like I'm not gonna make videos. It was just that my energy, like I said, I think the environment and being like kind of like a caretaker in a way, it takes up so much energy. So that does make sense. So that in the end, I have less energy, and I was also working on something else that was so emotionally draining that I cannot. So emotionally, whatever, focus training, whatever you call it. I just couldn't. And I had said I rushed it because I said, "Oh, I'm gonna make a video," but I couldn't because I wasn't finished with this other thing. So I thought I would be done, and it just takes a lot. Okay, and it takes a lot of like warrior energy. And that's what it's exciting in a way to have this warrior energy. But then, like I said, it's also like when you go back and look at trash and the garbage, like doing, it's a bit like going backwards, but also, it is what it is, right? So I'm sorry. I hope I can sense. I make sense. So anyway, so I did the protection, but now I want so I made a list of things. I was looking through them as I was praying, but I wanted so let's just kind of have a quick look because again, I'm a little behind things. But so the story of the so when I looked at the story of the ballroom is obviously a fake. Not everybody, nobody believes it. I mean, and it just shows this dark energy of him and him trying to get away. He wants to get away with everything. He's been lying so much, and he thinks that just because I lie about everything, why not this? And it's saying that it's like he doesn't. I say this like he knows there's no way forward. Like they don't want to create anything. They just want destruction. And I think a lot of their policies and a lot of the things they're doing have to do with their enriching. It's all everything is a scam, right? Anything from the war to ICE to all these things. It's all about like helping their friends and using countries and using people and fooling people. So it doesn't really. There's nothing to go forward. And he realizes. I mean, they all know to an extent that there's like on the one hand, he is able to lie a lot and get away with it because they have almost ownership of the media in a way, right? But on the other hand, he knows there's not much that he can keep lying about. So it's like a tactic, right? And so this is and then I looked into this the whole story of the ballroom. You do know that man from the Second World War, the Nazi person, he he also had a ballroom, right? And I really do think that their goal is it's both obviously profit, but also some sort of like attack on citizens, right? We know he's been doing that. He's been gearing towards that. But I feel like there's no more gas left for them. No pun intended, right? Because we have the issue with the whole oil prices and all that. It's just he's been destroying the country. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? So this is that. And then I look at JD Vance and how he put out an article saying that oh he knew that there was something wrong with the Iran numbers and all that and right he wants to come off as this person who was pro Iran and I've talked about this before. He's very connected to the whole Russia angle. Then we have now what's interesting is that we have the fact that did you see the article recently that said that Peter Thiel is now in Argentina and supposedly he's going to be there for what, 2 months. I found that extremely interesting because it suggests again that like he's trying to escape. Why is he trying to escape? If indeed J.D. Vance was going to be in power soon or something like that, I think he would be in the U.S. right, but he's not. So whatever it is that we're doing, I think it's working. I think he's afraid, right, of accountability, and I don't think he ever expected his brand to be so negative. So I got that JD Vance is like wants to make almost like overtures towards Russia on his own, and so this is part of it, right? To say that he's pro Iran, but he has, like I said, obviously has no charisma and very little support. So there's not much of a way forward for this. Okay. So now let's see. All right. So let me go back here to this. So what's up? Just constant lies about the war. Wanting, and I see again, he wants, and all those really bad people, they want to create more and more war, destruction, desperation, and the whole thing with the AI narrative is about that, right? It's like, oh, people are not gonna have jobs. This is not, and and so that's why he cares about it. It's because this could create the negative situation he is wanting. And I'm reminded of a comment. So I have to dedicate a whole episode for this. But like I said, this is my quote unquote comeback video. So I want to be shorter and more to the point. Like, I'm not doing an overt research, but just to show you. Peter Thiel went to Argentina and had a meeting in the Casa Rosada. That's the place, where the president's house over there. And he asked him, apparently, how's the austerity measures going? He's excited. Like, think about how evil the guy is. He's excited about the austerity measures because why people are gonna suffer. Oh my god, how exciting to him, right? So so this is that. Now let's see what's going on with the clan. Yeah, I see it pushing, pushing. Again, I just think it's almost like the whole thing has already collapsed and he's still there. Um, and oh, I also want to just talk about quickly how it was announced today that the UAE, right, the country that is known for Dubai, right? Dubai is there. They announced that they're leaving OPEC, like the oil cartel thing. And so and they're fighting with Saudi, like they're not fighting with Saudi Arabia, but they're on the other side is because apparently Saudi Arabia sort of controls OPEC. And they're siding kind of against it because they have all this oil that has been is unsold. Like they have to limit their oil production. It's complicated. So this is another big geopolitical thing that's happening. Let's see what happens. What's going on? I see the price. That's right. He's manipulating the price of oil basically with his speeches, his talks. So what's going to happen to that? I see not good for the country. It's not going well for that country. No. Yeah, they're not. I see that could be wiped out. I don't know. I'm just saying because they thought the first of all they thought they could trust Trump. They thought could trust Bibi. I don't think it's going to work out that way. So so what's going to happen here? Yeah, I see that there's like a reset, honestly. And in a way, it's like remember. I know I am never a fear monger or anything, as you know. But when you think of like, let's say 9/11 and those things, there was a reset immediately afterwards because it was just awful calamity and tragedy. But this time the terrorists isn't the house, right? Seriously. Think about how much harm he has done to the country. Eventually, I think very soon it's almost like it feels to me like I'm in the past. Maybe you feel that way too. Like it's what are we even seeing happening right now? So it just feels like the whole thing, there's a the level thing that goes up and down. It's turned off and it turns back on and we have to rebuild. And because everything that is happening now, it feels like is fake. The stock market, the whole AI bubble is it's totally fake, right? What's happening in the public markets, these data centers that nobody wants. And this week we have the open AI and versus was it Elon Musk trial, which is fascinating because they're both not exactly the best people in the world. But it's like the collapse of this thing. It's like they're holding up all of this because people are making money from speculation. But it's not really. So what's going to happen here? Interesting. Yeah, I see that Elon Musk is punching the Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, and they start to punch each other. But then as they punch each other more and more, the whole thing starts sinking. They're like, wait, oh my God, we have to swim now. They realize they're oh, did you see something? Oh, wow, what did you say? That was a hello from Spirit, maybe. Anyway, their ships are sinking and it's saying they're out of time. They have run out of time and the whole BS they peddle is going to collapse very soon. So that's what the energy is like this shift, honestly. And I feel this energy, like I was telling you guys, it's exhausting to me because I'm also pushing forward and I'm engaged in this like warrior energy, even though I'm not super, you could see I'm fairly low energy. But it's this transition. I think it's not gonna be a transition to like, oh, let's give, peace and love. No, it's like people are like, we're done. We're done with this BS. MFR. All right, we're done. We're not gonna have your data. So we're not have this crap. No, we're done. Get your ass out of there. So that's what I feel like. That's what's going on. So that's the story. Guys, I'm gonna go because really I see my energy already. I'm a little bit tired. But I just want to say hello, okay? Just give you an overview of this, what I see here, the perspective. And when I have more time, then I don't think later, maybe later today, but there's all these other, topics that I can cover more in depth, but I just want to give you this, overview situation. So let's see this. When is this shift actually going to show up in like, when like it's truly, we know it's over. I mean, it feels like these things are being vacated, right? But what's going to happen when, like, that's right. It just extinguishes itself because it runs out of energy. And so that's it for now, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Okay, probably tomorrow. All right, I believe because I'm gonna come back to the video situation. Okay. All right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the kind messages, and love you guys. Bye bye.